Welcome to the podcast. My name is Michelle Sinclair. I am a divine healer and spiritual teacher. Today we're going to talk about the heart. So the heart is far more than just a physical organ. It is a divine center of love and wisdom, and it is a life force within us, literally within us. So science and spirituality, they both affirm that the heart is deeply connected to our emotions, our energy, and our consciousness, which reveals really profound truths about the love that sustains us. So ancient spiritual traditions, and even the Christ letters, emphasize that the heart is not just a pump. It is a center of intelligence attuned to the divine. So when we feel love and compassion or gratitude, we don't experience it in the mind, we feel it in our hearts. Many people instinctively even place their hands over their heart when they feel deep emotions. And this is because the heart is where our true self, our divine connection, and our deepest wisdom reside. You'll also know if you were experiencing heartbreak, it can be felt physically in the body sometimes as actual chest pains in the heart center. Now, modern research, and in particular the HeartMath Institute, has shown that the heart generates the strongest electromagnetic field in the human body. So what you guys know about electromagnetism and how you draw these things to yourself, the heart is the epicenter. It is the power center. So when we are heart-centered, when we are sending things out from our heart, it is the most powerful electromagnetic signal amplifier that we can be sending out. It's even more powerful than the brains. And so this field, it actually extends several feet around us, and it can influence others, creating a ripple effect of love or fear, depending on what we are holding within our hearts. So when we feel love or joy or gratitude, our heart's rhythm becomes coherent. So it means it flows in harmony, which improves our health. It improves our emotional well-being. And when we feel fear or anger or stress, then our heart's rhythm becomes chaotic, disrupting our body's natural balance. So you can see that it works cohesively with essentially our thoughts and the way that we're feeling. It affects the actual physical organ. So this means that the heart's not just responding to our emotions, but it is actively shaping our energy field and the world that is around us. And this is proven through science. So in deep prayer or meditation, many spiritual seekers experience a profound warmth or an expansion in the heart. And this is because the heart is the bridge between the physical and the spiritual. It's the place where divine love enters and flows through us. So Christ spoke of living from the heart, loving unconditionally, forgiving freely, and being in harmony with divine will. And when we live from the heart, we are aligned with the creative force of the universe itself. The heart is capable of incredible healing, not just for ourselves, but for others. So studies have shown that acts of kindness and love and forgiveness can physically heal the body and reduce stress and even strengthen the immune system. You know that a mother's heartbeat soothes her baby and regulates its breathing. Or holding the hand of a loved one in distress can synchronize heartbeats and lower anxiety. People who practice gratitude and compassion have healthier hearts, lower blood pressure, and live longer. Love is not an abstract idea. It is actually measurable, tangible, and healing. Let me tell you that one more time. Love is not an abstract idea. It is actually measurable, tangible, and healing. The heart does not function selfishly. No, it beats for the whole body, right? It gives freely without expecting anything in return, and this is exactly like divine love does. Love is our natural state. And so when we act from love, we are in alignment with our true purpose. Separation is a total illusion. Our hearts are connected through energy, love, and divine consciousness. Now, forgiveness sets the heart free. When we hold on to resentment, it burdens our heart. Letting go allows love to flow in again. This is why Jesus said over and over and over and over to get rid of all of those things that are not love. Heal them, forgive people, love them, accept them, don't judge people. Why? Because it jams up the heart space, and then the energies can't flow. And when the energy cannot flow out, get this, it also can't flow in, right? It's constantly flowing to us, but we are rejecting it when it gets dammed up. However, gratitude, thankfulness amplifies the heart's power. Simply focusing on what we're grateful for, it shifts our heart's energy, raising our vibration. When you think about that for a moment, that energy of resentment and the feeling that comes along with that, and then you think about thankfulness or gratitude and the energy that comes with that and what that feels like. This is what I'm talking about. This is the open heart space, that uplifted high vibrational resonance. When you are in this high vibrational resonance, you are truly in the flow. You are truly in the flow. And you can see that in those lower vibrations, you are not in the flow. You've dammed it up. Live life through your heart. So living from the heart is not just about personal well-being. It is the key to healing the world, the whole world, and shifting the collective consciousness of humanity. The heart is the center of divine love within us. You are a temple, you are a being, and the heart is the center of the divine love that's within us. And when we live fully through it, we become conduits of transformation, radiating love, peace, and harmony into the world. And the effects of this are endless. It is a ripple, it is endless. What happens when we are in that perfect divine alignment? The heart is not just an organ or an emotional center. It is a spiritual gateway. So in deep meditation or prayer or moments of pure love, we feel an expansion in our heart center, as if touching something far greater than ourselves. This is because the heart connects us directly to divine consciousness, allowing us to access wisdom and peace and healing beyond the limitations of the mind. When fully open, our hearts, we see beyond separation, realizing that all beings are connected through the same divine essence. We all got hearts, right? If you don't, you're not alive. And we transcend fear. When we're operating from love, faith, and trust, rather than control or survival instincts, we transcend all fear. When we act within divine guidance instead of reacting from the ego, we are moved by inspiration, love, and wisdom. And this is what Christ embodied. He embodied pure, heart-centered existence, and it is what we are all called to awaken within ourselves. Science has already proven the heart's electromagnetic field, and it extends outward and it influences the energy of those that are around us. So a single person in a deep state of love, peace, and coherence can uplift those nearby without saying a word. Now just imagine what happens when millions of hearts awaken. When we fully embody heart-centered living, we radiate an energy that influences literally every single thing. The people around us begin to shift. They feel safe, loved, and open their own hearts in response. Negative situations transform, because when we respond to anger or hatred or suffering with pure love, we diffuse conflict and we bring healing. The collective field of humanity rises as love and compassion become the stronger forces in the world, counteracting the fear and the division and the suffering that currently is happening. And just as one candle can light 1,000 without losing its flame, a single awakened heart can ignite others until the entire planet vibrates at the frequency of love. True heart-centered living is not a temporary practice, it is a way of being. And here's how we can live in this fully. We need to first purify the heart. To truly radiate divine love, we must clear anything that is blocking its flow, and this means releasing judgment, seeing others as divine beings, even when they're lost in their ego, seeing them as complete equals. It's oneness. We're all in the same, and they're here to teach us. We're here to learn. We're all here to teach and to learn. And letting go of resentments, forgiving completely, and understanding that every soul is just learning. And it's easy to forgive when we can understand, hey, we're just here, we're just learning. We're just learning. And by healing past wounds, trusting that love is always greater than pain. This is why I made this mental cleanse series for you, so that you can heal the past wounds, because as long as they're damming up your heart space, it cannot flow with the divine love that is constantly being sent to you, but is being rejected. Subconsciously, you don't even know that you're doing it when that heart space is dammed up with previous and past pain. I read a quote this morning that was so beautiful, and it said, "Love like you've never been hurt before." Beautiful. What a beautiful thing. What good words to live by, because when you do this, your heart space is fully open. But when we anticipate pain from the past, you guys know through electromagnetism, it's going to be returned back to us because we're in that frequency. And so living in that frequency of love and live in constant gratitude. Gratitude is the frequency of divine love. And when we recognize that everything, and even the challenges, serves our highest good, we can remain in alignment with our heart's wisdom, not viewing anything as bad, because it is not. It is about learning. And we can serve others as an expression of this love. So living from the heart means making every interaction a gift of love. So speaking with kindness and truth, listening deeply without any judgment, and offer love freely, whether it's through a smile or a helping hand or a silent prayer. Even simple acts shift energy fields and create waves of transformation. What happens when somebody comes to mind and you think of them and you think, oh, I need to call this person, and they're like, oh, hey, yeah, this was just going on, and you've made contact with that person because you followed your divine guidance. You are living out of that heart space. You're living out of love. The only thing that calls us to reach out to other people is love. It's the only thing. And when you can connect daily to that divine love, your heart-centered living requires that you stay rooted in divine consciousness every day. So practices like meditation on the heart, feeling the divine love expanding within you, and praying not for personal gain, but for love and healing to flow through us to all beings. Make it bigger than yourself, and spend time in nature, observing the love that is in all of creation. And you can find the love in all the creation. There's nowhere that it's not. Like the animals that attract flies, what happens to them? Well, they were made of love, and so they have long tails so that they can expediently get rid of the flies. This is love. This is the act of love in creation. And hoof and nail to protect their feet. Every little attention to detail has been given to us and all of creation for our comfort, purely for our comfort. Eyelashes, eyelids, ears, shaped as they are to catch the sound, everything to just be more proficient, showing us that this was given us by a loving, divine creator. And the more people awaken to living from the heart, we then move from a world that is dominated by fear and separation and ego into a world that is governed by love and unity and divine wisdom. This is the true second coming of Christ consciousness. It is not a physical return, but it's the full awakening of divine love within humanity. Just imagine a world where the government acts with wisdom and compassion instead of power and control. And as I'm saying these things, I want you to actually envision it, because this is what we are creating. This is what our hearts are sending out. This is what our hearts are calling for. Truly imagine this, a government that acts with wisdom and compassion, unity and oneness. Businesses and economies that are based on service and fairness instead of greed. Relationships built on unconditional love and trust rather than fear or selfishness. And war, division, and suffering dissolve as humanity remembers its oneness. This is not a fantasy. It's the natural evolution of consciousness when enough hearts are fully awakened. And if you feel drawn to heart-centered living, it's because your soul came here. Yeah, you, I'm talking to you. Your soul came here to uplift the world. And the more that you embody divine love, the more that you anchor in this higher vibration into reality, you're doing this every single time that you choose love over fear. Every time that you show compassion instead of judgment. You are acting as a channel of peace in a chaotic world. You are actively participating in the great awakening of humanity, and it's the simplest thing to do. And you are not alone. Many souls across the planet are feeling this same calling. And the more that we open our hearts, the more that we unite in this global shift towards divine love, this is how the world changes. It's not through force, but through the quiet, unstoppable power of awakened hearts. So your homework for today is a heart-centered meditation and asking, praying for any heart blockages to be removed and sending out, as you know that everything is faith and everything is belief, sending your intention as you do this, if you participate in this, if you do a heart-centered meditation, your intention's already there. It's already stated. You want to live fully from your heart. You want to be free, and you want to help free the world through this practice. Your intention's already set. And so as you go in, just ask divine and expect and know and ask for proof within 2 minutes. 2 minutes max. 2 minutes maximum. You're getting the proof that as you do this meditation, that the blocks, if there have been some, which you'll know if there is, you already know, will be removed. Even but temporarily through this practice so that you can understand and you can know what it is that you're working towards. But asking the divine, praying to the creator and saying, divine, dude, I want my heart totally open. And I thank you for removing any blockages that I have had in the flow of my heart so that your divine love can flow easily and freely through me from head to toe, and I can experience this love. We are creating an era of peace and love, and it is our every loving thought that is a transforming influence on this planet. And I love each and every one of you so very much. Thank you for tuning in here today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Please like, share, subscribe. You can even comment. You can even share this with a friend. Love you all so very much. Take care.